Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new episode of Inside the Dome. I'm John Dodaro, and I'm joined with Carlin Jacob. It has been a hot minute since I've said that. The last episode we did was after the Super Bowl, which was 2 weeks ago. Pretty much exactly 2 weeks ago, I would say, was the last episode that we did. Now, if you're someone who is new, or if you are someone that doesn't listen to the entirety of our episodes, you might be wondering why we've been gone for a little bit. Well, we took our little February hiatus. Best way to put it, sports are kind of dead in February anyway. It's not that we weren't watching anything, because we're going to discuss everything that we've been watching today, but it's not the most exciting time of the year, and also we've been grinding football for months, and we needed a little break. So, yes, this is our little check-in episode, I would say. We're still not officially fully back. More on that at the end of the episode as to when our break will officially end. We're still not fully back, but we had to check in because a lot of stuff has happened. The Olympics happened. We've been watching that. A lot of NFL news, Elimination Chamber. We got to predict that as well. That's happening this weekend. So there's a lot to discuss. So this is our little catch-up episode. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on video format and Spotify if you'd like. So this is going to be the episode that we recap everything that we've missed over the past couple of weeks. But other than that, though, Carlin, it has been 2 weeks since we have done a podcast episode. So how are you doing? How's it been over the past 2 weeks?
Dude, low-key, I love this break. I was telling someone, I said, I am so burned out from doing the podcast. And I think you could tell. Yeah, from our talking and the way we were just we had to get the episodes out. It wasn't that that was it. It's just August to February was rough.
Yeah, especially the past December. 2 months specifically. It's not like we do one episode a week. We were doing like 4 to 5 nearly some weeks.
It was miserable.
It was a lot. So, yeah. And I think, honestly, I feel great now. And we're still not fully back either. I think in any kind of job or anything, you need a vacation. Or you need a little break just to decompress. And this is the best time to do it. March is crazy. So, starting in the middle of March, I think, is when we're coming back. Because March Madness is happening then. So we'll be back in the groove by then. I'll discuss everything Final Verdict-wise in our newest Final Verdict episode tomorrow. So check that out then. But yeah, it's great to be back for now. We're not fully back still. But let's get into things. The Winter Olympics was the biggest thing that happened over the past 2 or so weeks. This has been what we've been watching the whole time. And it's now over. It's been over since Sunday. The final medals were handed out. United States, we'll start with the big one. Rip the Band-Aid off. Men's hockey team won gold.
It's not applause? A Band-Aid.
I mean, it's what everyone was waiting to hear. It's what every... Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Yes. Yeah, like I wasn't going to tease every other sport and then do men's hockey after that.
You want to start with men's hockey?
Yeah, we'll start with men's hockey right out of the gate. They beat Canada.
Oh, hold on. Let's talk about the gold medal count. Let's do that, and then we'll go to hockey and then the other sports.
Fair enough. I had it. Here it is.
No.
Yes, I got everything pulled up for these. Norway won. Yeah, Norway. I'm not doing the applause for you, Norway. They won everything. Not just gold medals, everything. They had 18 gold medals, 12 silver, 11 bronze, and they had a total of 41 medals. The United States came in second place with 12 gold, 12 silver, and 9 bronze. After that, it was the Netherlands, then Italy, and then Germany wrapped up the top 5. Now, there was a pretty good gap between the Netherlands and the U.S., but there also was a pretty good gap between Norway and the U.S. too. So the U.S. was pretty comfortably in second place in total medals won. I kind of wish they had the count of athletes too. Like, I don't know how many athletes Norway had. I know we had over 200. during the opening ceremony. I saw that's how many there were for the U.S., but I don't know how many athletes Norway had. That's always something to look at too. But let's talk about what the U.S. won. They won hockey. First one we'll discuss is the men's hockey, where the U.S. beat Canada in a very, very close game, 2-1, overtime. Yeah, I had thoughts initially when this game happened.
Oh
I did,
Have you
and
cooled down?
I still keep my thoughts the way they are, and
Okay.
they haven't changed. I'm not as like passionate about it anymore.
Yeah.
Do you want to say your thoughts first before I say my thoughts?
On this specific game,
Yes.
they weren't allowed overseas in 2022, right?
I don't think hockey NHL players.
NHL. I don't think so.
I don't think.
The NHL always needs to let them over there for Olympics.
There's a caveat to that though. Like
yeah,
what happened to Sid?
Sid, I know, but also Sid's old.
He is old.
He got hurt before the what's it called? The Four Nation Face Off last year too.
Something about the breaks.
Something about the breaks, man. But they should always be allowed. It's every 4 years. It's fun, or it should be every other Winter Olympics, because the next 2030, for people who are wondering, is in the French Alps. I learned this the other day, and then 2034 will be in Utah.
Aha.
Yeah, coming back to America, that would be fun. So there should be every other one, or something along those lines. Well, let's talk about this game. I got up at 7:50 for this game. I do not get up early at all, and I wanted to watch this game, and I am so glad. First things first, shout out to NBC and the Olympics for no commercial breaks during the actual period. It flew by fast, and it was awesome. Loved it, every single minute of it. This game was freaking amazing. Such a good game. I don't watch hockey that much. It's one of the best hockey games I've seen in a while. Granted, like I said, don't watch hockey as much. Now, I know what John's going to say, and I'll save that for him to say it, because we can debate on this for hours. I will say this. Did the U.S. deserve to win? That's up to you to debate whether or not. But I will say this. Canada had way too many opportunities to win that game, and they choked so hard. That's something you cannot deny from this game. Canada had way too many opportunities. And truth be told, the savior of the game was the goalie. If our goalie did not play lights out, we would have lost that game 100%. The only reason that helped us win was overtime. John and I were texting and said if they go to overtime, the U.S. has a better chance of winning because they're getting killed on 5-5. And they were able to lower it down on 3-on-3. That's why it worked. I love the fact, by the way, that the goalie got the medal from the president, the highest honor a U.S. citizen can get. Because technically, he was the MVP of the Olympics in that game. But there's no MVP in the Olympics. It's just, here's your gold medal. You get a little bear. But, I mean, that's cool. That's a cool thing that he got. Because he truly was the MVP of the game. And the reason the United States won, minus Jack Hughes and the person who scored the first goal as well. Jack Hughes missing a couple of teeth now. But it was such a fun game. Such a good game to watch. It was the last game of the Olympics, I'm pretty sure, too.
Yeah, there was like one other event, I think, after that.
Yeah, but
like some kind of skiing.
Yeah, U.S. wasn't part of it, though. They had no shot.
Yeah.
But it was such a good game. And John's going to disagree with me on it that U.S. didn't deserve it. Right, John?
Well, I'll address a couple things before that. First off, I woke up. Game started at 8 Eastern time. I probably woke up at like 9, I think. I missed the first quarter, or the first period. And I was waking up during the second, and I was fully active during the third. The best way to put it there. I also do like players playing in the Olympics. First off, you could just tell from the American team and the Canada team, they are proud to represent their countries. They are proud to do it. This isn't like the NBA All-Star break where they go out for giggles and all that. They care. They try. Even the Four Nations face-off the year before, they tried. They care. When they can represent their country, they care. So that's good to see. And I think it's a great job to grow the game because these are all NHL players. Even the Finland team that Canada was playing against was NHL players. It was a competitive game. So if you like what you see, that's your indication to watch more of the NHL because all these guys play for the NHL. Some of these American guys are literally playing for Canadian teams. So it's kind of funny. But here's the thing. I got a little annoyed after the US won because a lot of people were acting like, we own Canada now. We're so good.
Okay, hold on. No.
We're so good.
No.
Raw.
No,
America owns Canada.
Here's the thing.
We own hockey.
Canada did it after the Four Nations face-off.
Okay. But this isn't the Four Nations face-off.
No, this is better than the Four Nations face-off.
It is.
This is true hockey. So it's worth it. They won gold. Brag.
Let me continue my point, because that wasn't my main point.
Yeah, go.
The U.S. did not play like they were gold medalists for most of this game. This game was more of Canada losing than the U.S. winning, I would say, because Nathan MacKinnon, wide open shot, 99 out of 100, he makes it 2-1, Canada wins. A strategy for a gold medal game should not be, okay, boys, let's survive till overtime so that there's less people on the ice and our chances of shooting go even higher. That should not be a strategy for a gold medal game. Now, let's talk 3-on-3. And this is the same case for the women, too. I'll say it because they won in overtime as well. A gold medal game should not have 3-on-3 overtime. When you look at the NHL, in the regular season, they have a 5-minute 3-on-3 overtime. But here's the thing. When you lose that, you get a point still. So what, do you get half a gold medal if you lose this? No, you get nothing. You lose. So I think that in the Stanley Cup playoffs, there's no 3-on-3 overtime. It is just continuous until there is a winner. It should be the same situation for a gold medal game. There should be no 3-on-3 overtime. And I don't care if they've done it in the past too. In past Olympics, I was too young. I'm starting this opinion now. There should be no 3-on-3 overtime in a gold medal game. That is absurd, because I think if it was a 5-on-5 overtime, Canada probably would have won the game. I think that's what it was. Also, the goalie, too, Connor Hellebuck. He played outstanding. He will not play that way for Winnipeg when it matters for them. So that tends to be his trajectory. I just think I hated the format. Because I was watching the game and I texted you, I think, like, all the U.S. has to do is survive till overtime. Like, they just got to escape. That shouldn't be, like, what it takes to win a gold medal is escaping. You should be the best team. I mean, the Miracle on Ice didn't go to a 3-on-3 overtime. Let's be real. It didn't. They won. They held them off. So, I don't know. I was a little sour for that, personally. And if the rules were reversed, I'd say the exact same thing. If Canada won in overtime, if the U.S. was dominating Canada and Canada escaped to overtime, I would say that too. It's hard to say that the U.S. hockey team is a better team than Canada's hockey team, other than the fact that they have a gold medal. It's hard to say as a team that they're better, because I don't know if they are. I personally don't.
Miracle, 1980, Winter Olympics in New York. Who was the better team?
Well, Soviets in the U.S.?
Yeah.
Well, I was not alive back then.
No, so. You know that they were a bunch of college kids.
Yeah.
They had no shot of ever winning, and they pulled off a miracle.
Yeah, and the Soviets back then, that team might still be a better team, technically on paper.
But you're saying the U.S. didn't deserve, would you say the U.S. didn't deserve it?
No, I'd say they deserve it. Like, they deserve the gold medal because they won the game.
Yeah.
They deserve it, but I'm not going with the notion of, they want it clean as possible. Like,
they did.
This was a definitive win for America.
But here's the thing though, John, right? It's the same rules. I get your thing with 3-on-3, but that's how actual hockey works. It's not
in the
NHL,
Stanley Cup playoffs.
I know it's not, but it's not NHL rules. Same. It's not. The rink is 3 feet shorter. Same thing with NBA. It's different in basketball in the Olympics.
They should adapt some NHL.
You know what, John?
Rules.
Why don't you call them up and be like, "Hey, yo, fix it."
I hope someone's listening. I thought it was perfect,
because then also too, I mean, that game could have gone on forever. But I love 3-on-3 hockey. I don't like overtime 5-on-5 forever. It's annoying to me. But then
But
again,
in the playoffs,
but here's your caveat to all of that though. Don't get to overtime. They had you cannot tell me that Canada had way too many opportunities to win that game and they choked it so badly.
they choked. Yeah, they choked the game.
If anything from this, you could take away that the US was a better team because Canada choked.
Yeah.
If you really want to put it that way, I'll give you that one. Because Canada, I agree. I don't think United States had any right to win that game. You look at the shots, you watch the game that we watched, they outplayed them 100%. The only reason they got the one goal is because they had the breakaway against two of the greatest defensemen in the NHL.
Shout out to Matt Boldy. He scored that goal. That was a fantastic goal.
A great goal.
Fantastic.
But I mean, Canada choked. I think that's the end of the thing of the story is Canada choked.
Yeah. Well, let's just not going around saying the U.S. owns hockey now because we still got miles.
You can say it. You can say it for the next 4 years.
For the next 4 years, I guess.
The next 4 years, you can say it. Until we're back in 2030, we're back on the podcast talking about the French Alps Olympics. We can talk about who owns it in 2030.
I also, too, wanted Sidney Crosby to win a gold medal. Another one.
He already has two.
Stat padding, man. You got to stat pad to be the GOAT. All GOAT stat pad. And I also think if Crosby played, potentially Canada could have won that as well. So the U.S. won because of a 3-on-3 overtime, and there was no Sidney Crosby. I just got to say it. Like, everyone's, like, tooting their horn about, oh, this team is incredible. Just toot your horn a little bit. Like, calm it down. Calm it down just a tiny bit. And the same thing goes with the women, too. Great game. I don't think it was as much of a killer game, one-sided game. But Megan Keller, what a goal that was in overtime, though. What a fantastic goal. Jack Hughes, too. What a goal from him. He deserved it. He, Boldy, and Hellebuck, they deserve whatever. Megan Keller for the women's team, great job. They beat Canada as well, so the U.S. owned Canada technically in two. Congrats to them. Obviously, the men's team went to the White House and all that. We're not going to get into any of that because, oh boy. Yeah, that's a whole story on itself. But congrats to the hockey. They both won gold. 2 gold medals from the hockey teams. Other gold medals from the U.S. Freestyle skiing. They won 3 gold medals. The United States. The speed skating, they won 2. Alpine skating, they won 2. Figure skating, they won 2. I saw one of them.
Was it teams or was it single?
One of them was singles, I believe.
Yes, it was. Wasn't it the girl who?
Yeah. Lou is Alyssa Liu.
Yes,
Liu.
her. She if we're talking about the same person, she has an incredible backstory where she left the sport and then said 2 years before the Olympics said, "Nah, I'm coming back." And she came back and she won gold. That's awesome. I also love the there was one story too in figure skating. Do you remember beginning of last year? There was that plane crash in DC where it collided with the helicopter.
I think, yeah.
The guy's parents were on it, and they were teaching kids how to ice skate, and he never was able to be good enough to qualify for the Olympics, and then he qualified for this Olympics. So he got to live out his dream for his parents. And he carried when he went back, he didn't care about anything. He just had a little photo and showed the photo of the parents. I love the Olympics for those stories because you bring it it's America rooting for America. It's France rooting for France. You're rooting for your country unless you're John rooting for the Canadian hockey team. Sid. But point being though, I love those stories. Anyways, what else? There's
the quad god choked. That was one of the most highlight moments from the Olympics. He finished 8th in his skating event.
Oh, the one where he fell?
Yeah, he fell multiple times. I watched him live, too. We had him on the TV, and they were hyping him up to be this big guy and everything. The quad god, I already forget his name, but I'm just calling him the quad god because that's his nickname. He fell 3 times, I think, and he didn't even get on the podium. He expected to be a gold medalist. And then they were doing an encore thing, and he was performing. He didn't even mess up once. I was like, where was this earlier? So the quad god, you got 4 years to redeem yourself, my friend. Please, I'll be rooting for you then. Hockey, 2 gold medals. Figure skating, 2. Bobsleigh, 1. Curling. Did you get to watch curling?
I watched some of it. I can tell you what events I watched after you finished through all the gold medals.
Yeah. Curling, I feel like was on the entire Olympics. When my
Really?
sister was home, she had it on all the time. Oh my god! Like, I know everything about curling now. Kind of. It's like the shuffleboarding one.
Minus hockey. What's your favorite Olympic sport in the winter?
Boy, that's tough because I also kind of like the bobsleds too, and
Bobsledding's
the
fun.
skeletons. Like the
Skeleton's
skeleton
fun.
one, the bobsled, like when they go on that little course and they're like zooming through there. I love that. I love that. That was so fun. But the curling was crazy. Just watching them do all their stuff and they're screaming all the time. That was my favorite. And obviously the skiing is fun too. The one girl who tore her ACL didn't even last a day. Lindsey Vaughn, I believe her name
Lindsey
was.
Vaughn,
Yeah,
I
she
felt
didn't even
bad
last.
for her.
But it's like, I get why she did it, but it was like, why? Because I watched the event that she was doing, and I was like, there's no way her ACL survives this. There's no way. It didn't. That sucks.
My favorite's figure skating. If you told me that
Yes.
my favorite was figure skating, I'd tell you you're insane. But figure skating's so fun. I was watching duos. I was watching duos for some odd reason. I don't know why. And then I just got transed into it. And I don't know if you watched this. It was both genders, male, female. And the Japanese team, their first skate, because they have so with figure skating they have 2 skates. They have a short skate and a long skate, so like a 3-minute song and a 6-minute song. Okay, right. Their first skate was bad, like bad. Dude, that second skate was flawless. I don't know if you saw this one, dude. They're like, they need a lot of points here, and they won. They swept. They've never got gold in figure skating, or let alone in an Olympic event. Don't quote me on that one, but I know for figure skating they've never won a medal or gold. And dude, oh my gosh, I was in a trance watching this entire event go down. I was like, what am I watching? It's so fun.
It is. I honestly, aside from hockey, that is my favorite, even beyond the other two. Like, it's all figure skating is essentially like the gymnastics of the Winter Olympics, because
I don't like gymnastics as much.
I don't know. Like, it's usually like the same prime time and all that too. Like, they're both the high priorities.
Yeah.
And you have your individual performers doing their routines and all that. The grading scale and all that's very similar. So I also like the commentators. They're on the Traders show on Peacock.
Really?
Yeah, the 2 commentators are on the Traders.
I love how they got people who are part of the sport to commentate with them.
Yeah, that's good. But I always get confused when they just critique the tiniest things and I have no clue what they're talking about.
It's like, oh, she didn't land that good. And I'm like, I thought she landed fine.
Her skate is on a 45-degree angle, but instead it had to be on a 50-degree angle to get the full point here. Like, oh, God.
Nitpicking.
But nitpicking.
Then again, we're not figure skaters.
You think we nitpick on here? Yeah.
They're but it's the Olympics. You have to nitpick. If you're competing with best of the best, you have to nitpick.
You do. Yeah, you do. Easily. But it was fun overall. I'd say the Olympics were a good time, especially over the past couple of weeks. And while we were on our break. It was very nice.
2030, France. 2034, Salt Lake City. If we want to, hey, NBC, if you want to send us to the 2034 Olympics, we'll gladly go.
Yeah. Or we'll just fly ourselves.
Or 2028.
That is LA. True, LA. Yes, Summer Olympics are next. 2028, Los Angeles.
You know what I found out the other day? What? That golf is going to be in the 2028 Olympics.
Really?
I think it was in the 2020, but it wasn't in 2024. I think it's every other year.
Scotty Scheffler, Olympic gold medalist? Maybe. I mean, they're doing flag football. So
baseball's going to it.
I love
no breakdancing. No breakdancing, no. I know.
Summer Olympics are so good. They are
better.
They are so much better. I could watch so many sports.
My mom loves the winter more, but summer's so much. Summer's just like more positive of a vibe watching it.
Yeah. I mean, summer, you got track, you got gymnastics, you got swimming, you got the dude with the gun that did that.
Yeah.
Whatever his name was.
I can't think of what. I know what you're talking about. I can't think of what it's called.
Yeah, that meme. God, there's so many good sports in the Summer Olympics. It will be great in 2 years. Can't wait for it. Any other final Olympic thoughts before we move on forever?
Not really, no. Can't wait till 2028 when we're back. I feel like at that rate, that would be weekly because we can actually watch everything live. We'll be ahead of them.
Yeah.
But we can watch it all live.
There's a lot of cool things we could do with the Summer Olympics, I feel. I think there's a lot of cool things in 2 years. So, my last thoughts, I'll say this with the U.S. I don't know what their record is in all the Winter Olympics. This is honestly the first year I really paid attention. I'm not going to lie. I don't like losing, though. We lost to Norway. Second is the first to lose. That's not good. I don't like saying we finished second behind a country. Summer Olympics, I know we always win. But the Winter Olympics, we can't be slacking here. We can't be slacking, U.S. Do better in 4 years. Do way better, Quad God. You could have really contributed. Let's move on, though. NFL. Oh, boy.
Well, it's been a while.
It's been a while. Some of these things that I have on here were before the break that we had. So there are a few things I got to verify. George Pickens, I think they're talking about franchise tagging him in Dallas.
I saw that, yeah.
Not official yet, though. So they should keep him at least one more year, if possible. He's a free agent.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
been killing it in Dallas. You have to keep him.
Steelers, what did you do? You blew it. Speaking of the Steelers, we don't have anything on here much for the Steelers. Obviously, the draft's in April. We're still counting down to that. It'll be free agency is in March 11th. So that's shortly before break ends officially. But it'll be interesting for the Steelers in free agency. I think the first thing is hopefully Rodgers has his decision made before then, March 11th. I'm hoping he's on our team by then. Otherwise, they better be getting a veteran quarterback. They better be.
Anthony Richardson?
Hey, he's allowed to seek a trade right now.
He is allowed to seek a trade.
Colts are allowing him to find a trade destination just today. I mean, here's the thing. He's 23 years old. He's younger than Caleb Williams. He's young. He's only had like 3-4 years, I think 3 in the NFL now. He's young. And when he was drafted, he was a project quarterback, which means you don't start him right away, and that's exactly what the Colts did.
Yeah.
So, God, if I'm Sean McVay, I'm calling the Colts right now. Like, give him, please. Steelers. I don't know.
I mean, they do have Will Howard, but then you would have options.
You would have options unless you really like Richardson, and then he's your young quarterback. At that point, Will Howard means barely anything. If you got Anthony Richardson, and you would not be starting Richardson, ideally, you would still be getting a veteran quarterback because Anthony Richardson is not your veteran quarterback at all. No chance. I think the Vikings are looking at him too, which would be an interesting battle with J.J. McCarthy. Oh boy. The two inexperienced quarterbacks going at it. Oh, God. Help me at that point. He's an option, though, for the Steelers. I wouldn't mind Aaron Rodgers, though, at this point. It's 1 year. Have Will Howard be the backup, though. Don't let Mason Rudolph be the backup. Or if Will Howard can't even win the backup job from Mason Rudolph, then there's a problem with Will Howard, I would think, if you can't even beat out Mason Rudolph. So we'll talk more about the Steelers as we go along. Obviously, free agency will be the next big point. I think there would be an impromptu episode if Rodgers resigns or chooses to retire if he announces that beforehand. But That would be it.
Also,
I would say.
keep in mind
Uh,
too with
yeah.
keep in mind too with NFL agency begins March 11th. Tampering is allowed on March 9th at noon. Legal.
Okay.
Legal tampering, the way they put it.
Yeah.
So just remember that.
Yeah, some moves have already been made. There was a trade between the Jets and Titans. They swapped players. Jermaine Johnson Jr. and someone else on the Titans got swapped already. I think Brees Hall might be placed on the franchise tag too. So that's another interesting thing happening. We'll be following that though. One thing that did happen before our break, James Pierce Jr. got arrested for hitting. I believe he crashed his car into WNBA player Rakia Jackson, his ex-girlfriend. Terrible person. Hopefully he pays the price. Hopefully he's released by the Falcons and then some. But the thing that's interesting with this, though, is the Falcons last year traded a first-round pick to move up to get James Pierce Jr. Guess who got that pick? The Rams. So the Rams have an extra first-round pick this year because of the James Pierce Jr. thing, and James Pierce Jr. ended up being a terrible person. So, not good.
Ew.
Not good for the Falcons. Not good. But in all seriousness, hopefully Rakia Jackson from the WNBA is okay through all of that. But that happened a while back, though. The Combine is happening as we speak. Literally. I'm watching it right now on my TV.
I completely forgot the Combine was on.
Well, I'll say the interesting day. The interesting day is Saturday because that is the quarterbacks, the running backs, and the receivers.
I'm going to be busy Saturday.
1 p.m.
I won't be here.
Unfortunate.
I'm in the middle of where I'm at. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah. Ooh, nice throw.
You got to watch Drew Aller, man. He's throwing. He is throwing. Drew Aller. That is going to be interesting to see how he does. Because you're giving me a disgusted face. And I said Drew Aller. I'll be watching at least Saturday, some of it. Friday, the day this episode drops, there are the tight ends and defensive backs. What was happening on Thursday was the defensive linemen and the linebackers. So that's what's happening. Saturday is the exciting day, though, if you want to see your potential future quarterback or your potential receiver or running back, watch on Saturday. That's when the Combine is, the interesting day. So that will be playing out through the weekend. Could there be the Indiana Bears? The Bears.
The Bears.
Indiana Bears.
What do you think?
Well, for those who don't know, they are essentially finalizing a deal to put a new stadium, not in Chicago, in Indiana. Now, I don't think it's far from Chicago, though, like the location.
No, it's basically a suburb of Chicago. It's just in Indiana.
Yeah, like I'm looking at the map right now. It's not like they're going so far away. Current Chicago fans will be unable to see their team forever. But it's in Indiana, so I don't think they would be called the Chicago Bears anymore at that point.
They
I don't
would
know.
be called the Chicago Bears.
Would they be?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
We got too much history. Way too much history to change their name.
Yeah, I don't think it would go well at that point.
They've been over 100 years. You can't change their name.
You can't at all.
No.
Yeah, that I know sold. I was gonna say I know sold.
I'm sorry.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. Yeah, Soldier Field is pretty crappy from what I've heard. It's not a good stadium.
It's the lowest attendance in stadiums in the NFL. Fun fact.
Wow. Yeah, it's been in need of an upgrade, and they're not going to upgrade it where it is right now. So it seems like they're going to Indiana, on the very suburbs part of Indiana. And I mean, it's what it is. I mean, the only thing I would hope is that current Bears fans would be able to get there easily. Like, that's the hope. Like, people who live in Chicago, if they can easily see their Bears still, like, that's all that matters. The fans are all that matter. It doesn't matter about how the stadium is. It's if the fans can see their team.
And they wanted to originally build it in Arlington Heights, but it's been, I don't know. It's political. That's the worst part about it is
Politics.
like, yeah, it is. And people are complaining that it's bad in the city. Because
gotta love politics. Gotta love them. Gotta love them. We don't like getting into that here, but Indiana Bears potentially. Last thing in the NFL, this happened about actually it wasn't that long ago. Wide receiver Rondale Moore passed away this past week. Really sad story. I got the alert right away when it happened, and I knew who he was too because I mean he was on the Cardinals mainly when he got drafted. He was a second round receiver. Yeah, he was a second round receiver in 2021 by the Cardinals. So I knew who he was. I had him on fantasy at 1.2. And then he went to the Minnesota Vikings. Actually, went to the Falcons. And then he went to the Minnesota Vikings, signed a 1-year deal there. Had injuries in his career too, which, I mean, I hate to even think what that could have done. But obviously, check in on everybody. You don't know what everyone is going through. Yep. So it's a really sad story when you hear something like this. The Cowboys player, Nealon, earlier in the season, something similar happened to him too. So, I mean, the thing too, NFL, like, you see these events happen, you need to do a better job as well. And just making sure your players are okay. So, really sad thing to see. He was only 25 years old. So, really sad. Thoughts and prayers out to the family of Rondale Moore as well. NBA. There was one big thing that happened in the NBA. It was more of a debate that happened in the NBA. They want to get rid of tanking. Adam Silver is pissed that teams are tanking. You are seeing teams right now put players on season-ending reserve, essentially taking players out for the year due to injuries. Injuries that probably some of them could have been played through. But Adam Silver hates this. He wants to get rid of tanking. He wants to do things that there's like a list of things where he wants to limit how many times teams can pick in the top 4 consecutively, expanding the lottery. He's pissed. And the one thing I would ask is, do you think the draft should be NFL style, where worst team gets the number 1 overall pick? Or do you like the lottery, where it's not a gimme?
It should be the worst team that gets the pick, my opinion. The lottery prevents tanking, but if it's truly the worst team, but then you can make it that like you can only get it twice within 5 years. So then you automatically go to spot like 6, and then everyone slides down.
Yeah,
and then, but yeah, I mean, you can do it that way. I don't know.
I love how with all the issues with the NBA, this is what Adam Silver cares about. We were having a little debate with my buddies from school in our group chat of like who the worst GM was. I think it's Silver. I think he has done so many unnecessary things in the NBA.
Owner.
Commissioner. Yeah. He's done so many bad things or just unnecessary things. Like he changes the All-Star game every year to something different because he can't figure out what he likes.
I will say this year All-Star game was good. They cared.
It was better.
They cared more. Yeah,
they cared a little bit more, but still, he can't decide on what he likes every year. It's something different. The NBA Cup was unnecessary. It's the in-season tournament. Like, who cares? We already forgot about it. It's been way past the play-in tournament. He loves tournaments. Like, the play-in tournament is ridiculous because the 10 seed should not even be in the playoffs or even have a chance because most of the time they have a negative record. Like, if you have a negative record, you're not in the playoffs typically in most sports. In the NBA, nah, you got a chance still.
Yeah.
So I don't get it. And then this too, I think it should just be the worst team gets the number 1 pick. The fact that the Mavericks got Cooper Flagg killed any trust I even had in the lottery system. Like, there's no way the Mavericks, who were a play-in team, should have gone Cooper Flag. There's no chance at all. That was ridiculous. The Mavericks should be poverty because of Nico Harrison, and instead they have some life. It's embarrassing to see.
But they have it.
Yeah, they have like something to be excited about. They should have nothing to be excited about right now if the NBA wasn't rigged. So I just think it should be the worst team gets the number one pick. Teams like the Utah Jazz or Washington Wizards should have had Flag, not the Dallas Mavericks. But I also heard the one idea of like you should do a tournament where the worst teams play in a tournament and the winning team gets the number one overall pick. When you really think about it, though, what players would want to play for their replacement? Like, if you're a team on a bad team,
it's not even that. It's more so to like the fact of technically the worst team should lose.
Yeah.
And and then therefore the worst team doesn't get the first overall pick. The better the worst team gets the first pick.
Yeah. But it's just like, it's like if I was like the Jazz, if I was a player on the Jazz and we were terrible and we're playing in this tournament, I would be like, why would I play? I don't want to win the number one overall pick because that guy could replace me. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Just get rid of the lottery. NHL should do that too. Just get rid of the lottery. Tanking exists. There's nothing you can do to stop it except find teams if it's intentional, like we're resting players when we know they can play. There's a difference. Just fine them, embarrass them. I think that's the most you can do. Or even maybe take a pick away if there's clear evidence that like they are deliberately losing games. Take away a mid-round pick.
No, not like even mid. Take away the first overall pick.
Oh, boy.
No, then that really stops it.
Yeah. I mean, well, I guess there's only 2 rounds anyway. At least take away second-round pick. And then maybe that's their warning. And then if you get too many warnings, 3 strikes, you're out. Who knows? NHL. Yeah. Oh, God. That's it for the NBA. My Warriors, too. They need to get healthy. Curry's been out for a while. They got to get healthy. Porzingis is ill already. Not surprised. Not surprised.
You could have saw that coming.
You could have seen that from a mile away. And Kuminga, who we traded away, had like 27 points for the Hawks. Gotta love it. Yeah. Gotta love it. NHL, it's starting back up after the Olympic break.
Wait, sorry, one more thing. I'm going to an NBA game.
Oh, yeah, you are. I think you said this before.
March 8th. Yep, going to Cleveland.
Okay. Document it on the TikTok. Follow the TikTok. Get a clip so everyone can see you there. So, gotta love it. NHL is starting back up. The Pens will be without Sidney Crosby for 4 weeks. He's on IR. 4 weeks he's out because of the Olympics. That's the negative. The NHL players playing in the Olympics. That is the negative right there. So, hate to see it. Hopefully they don't tank that much because of it. Because right now they're in second place in the Metropolitan Division. 70 points. Over halfway done with the season. Don't blow it, Penguins. MLB. World Baseball Classic is still upcoming after
1 week.
1 week
from today. Yes.
1 week.
I'm excited. United States plays the 5th, the 6th, the 8th, and the 9th is their pre-games.
Okay. I'm looking at the schedule of it because I want to know when it ends. Calendar. March 17th. That's actually perfect because that's kind of when we come back. So, boom. Yeah, so World Baseball Classic, it is starting up soon, and we'll get to talk about it when it ends. So, shout out to that. Gotta love it. Spring training.
You know how many games the Pirates have lost?
How many? 1.
You know how many they've played?
How many?
8.
Are they 7-1?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh boy.
Now, Grant, remember they spread out their teams, so they play more than
5-2. 5-2.
Yes, they are 5-2. Sorry, so they've lost 2. Okay. They're 5-2 though.
5-2.
We're winning the World Series.
I will say this: during the summer, I do want to focus on the Pirates more I want to at least try to focus on them because I typically don't. I want to try, even if they're terrible. I think just having some direction in the summer, which is usually a boring time, I'd like to focus on the Pirates a little bit more
You should focus
throughout.
on baseball in general too.
Yeah, at least. Well, here's the thing: once you start focusing on one team specifically,
Yeah,
then it trickles down. Then you start focusing on everything else. So, yeah, I'd like to because they have hope. There is the 2027 lockout potential as well. So there's still some hope that something can be changed. So I wouldn't give up yet if you're a Pirates fan until you see what happens in 2027. If nothing changes, then I give up again. Bye bye, Paul Skeens. We'll see you in Los Angeles or New York. But there's hope because I think if you get a salary cap, you can keep Skeens. Like, you can keep him. You can pay him what he wants, and boom, you got him. He's your cornerstone. But they do have a lot of promising players, though, like prospects wise.
Oh,
Like
they
Bubba
do.
Chandler, Kyle Griffin, I believe his name is. Like, it's promising if it works out.
You just got to keep them.
Yeah, got to keep everybody and keep adding. So it'll be a commitment of mine. I'll try my best. Try to potentially watch games, actually. We'll see. But I want to try for the Pirates. I'll try. Nothing else happening, I don't think. Anything else in the MLB?
Not that I know of. No, it just started a couple weeks, a couple days ago. So,
oh, they were. You can challenge balls and strikes. I saw that being in
and someone
use.
challenged it like 7 times during their at bat. Did you see that?
I did not see the specific.
It's not coming in. It's not coming in regular season. For everyone curious. They're testing it.
Oh. I love it.
They need to put a limit on it though.
Well, it should be like every player gets one. If you win it, you keep it. If you lose it, you get no more for the whole game. You get one. You win it, you keep it, you lose it. Because I don't know.
I like the idea of 3, but then if you bring in someone to replace them, like if you bring someone else in, they only get 1. And I like the idea of winning and keeping it. Because, you could be bottom of the 9th. But, like, you make a bottom of the 9th, right? Bases loaded. It automatically makes it 1. Like, you can fiddle the roles with it. Like, the whole game, it's 3. But then if they kept their 1, like, if they still have 3, then it's 1.
Yeah. I just like the 1, though. Like, you get 1, you win it, you keep it only. Just because, like, you'll maybe see players, like, spam it.
Yeah, that's true.
For everything. So if you know you only have 1, you have to be really confident in like a really big moment too, like a strike 3 type of moment where like you're gonna win it type of thing. So that's why I like 1 per player, and you keep it if you win it. So we'll see how it goes. But other news before we get to the Elimination Chamber, we'll just briefly say that UFC 326 is on March 7th. So
BMF fight.
Kind of love it. We will probably have no reaction to it other than socials. So check it out.
We'll talk about it when we come back, but
they'll probably be a week or so late. But still, we'll mention it. Definitely. Elimination Chamber predictions. Now, the last time we did predictions, it took like 30 minutes. We only have 12 minutes, so we will do our best to fill it within the next 12 minutes. So WWE Elimination Chamber. It is this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It is the last PLE before WrestleMania. There are 4 matches to predict, and then there's a little extra prediction too that I put in there. That'll be fun. We'll mention it in a bit. Before we predict, though, how excited are you for the Elimination Chamber coming up?
I'm excited, I guess. I don't know. I haven't really been paying too much attention, but I have been keeping up to date. I'm excited for Becky versus AJ. I think that's my most exciting match. Because I have a gut feeling Cody is going to win the Chamber.
Yeah. I've been underwhelmed with the Chamber build. Like, I feel like they haven't had their foot on the gas enough since the Rumble. Like, you had a great I saw one thing. I agree. You should not have had Roman Reigns announce his opponent on the Raw after Rumble because you did that, and now you've been doing nothing since that. You put CM Punk in a feud with Finn Balor where it's like 99% obvious Punk's winning. So it's like, what's the point? So, whereas if Roman didn't announce his decision, he could have been hyping up Drew or Punk for the past couple weeks. And you could maybe believe Finn Balor could win the belt, potentially. So, it's been a little lackluster. Like this past Raw was not good, other than the AJ Styles retirement. That was special. But other than that, it was not a good Raw. I watched it fully. But SmackDown's been good, though. I've enjoyed SmackDown, some of their builds. But I only got 4 matches to predict. But the first thing that we'll predict is not a match. What's in the big box that they got on TV that they are announcing at the Chamber? What is in the box? It's a giant box. It's bigger than both of us. It's probably taller than my dad. It is a big box. They've been passing it back and forth on Raw and SmackDown. It says, do not open until the Chamber. What is it? Is it a person? Is it a thing? Is it a thing that relates to a person? Is it a Triple H announcing a new era in WWE? Is it... What is it?
Like, you could say title. That's a big box for a title.
Is it the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal Trophy? That fits in there? Oh, God.
I don't
People
know.
would riot.
Do you have any idea?
I really don't. I mean, to throw it out there, like people are throwing out Jericho, which I don't think it is. Like it's something to relate to Jericho. I don't know. There's a wrestler. His name is Danhausen on the Independents. I think he's from Chicago, and like some people are thinking it's his debut, but I just don't think you would hype it up for weeks just for him. Like he's not a serious wrestler, so it's like I think a lot of fans would be underwhelmed.
So, are we going to make this a broad category?
Yeah, it's broad. If you get it right, congrats.
Well, but I'm saying like point wise.
We're not counting it unless you get it right. It's a bonus point. It's a bonus point. You're not faulted if you get it wrong because it could literally be anything. It's not like a yes or no.
Do you think it could be an announcement that like John Cena is going to be headlining the Hall of Fame? I don't think it should, by the way. I don't think it should, by the way.
Yeah, I don't either. With AJ at the top.
Yeah, with AJ in it. Yeah, you don't want to overshadow it.
God. What's in the? Because it could be something really stupid too. Like people could be groaning about it. What's in the box? I don't know what else. Like it could be a 2K related thing. I saw one. It could be like another chamber pod. Like I don't know what that means. Like there's another member. I don't know. I heard that potentially.
Chico Fatu.
Yeah, like maybe it's something to relate to the chamber. Maybe it's The Rock. Maybe he's back for Cody's soul again. What do you the chamber?
What do you think? Wait, I guess we got to guess.
Yeah, we got to guess. I'm just gonna put down Chris Jericho at this point. Like, I really don't know what this is. It could be any of the things we just spitballed. I'll write down Chris Jericho because that would probably be the best thing to come out of it. So him or The Rock, one or the other, but it can't be a person. Kayfabe wise, that would make no sense.
I'm gonna say some type of new title.
New title.
It's a big box for a new title.
New title. Okay.
Do you want me to be specific?
If you want to.
Women's tag title.
We already got a women's tag title.
One on Raw, one on SmackDown.
What, 2 titles?
I could see them doing that. You don't have to put that down. Like, that's my guess, but I think it's going to be some type of new title.
I hope it's something good. I don't know. I've been kind of hyped for it. I like mysteries. Maybe it's the Masked Man. Maybe the Masked Man is in there at this point. Like, there's nothing left for him to do. So, yeah, he just unmasks out of the box.
Speaking of, they should be doing that at Chamber.
Well, they probably would have been before Bronson Reed got injured.
No,
And now
they're screwed.
we'll table that for the chamber prediction. Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee. I think a lot of people expected this to happen at Mania. It could still happen at Mania.
I think it will.
I think the thinking is, if it's going to happen at Mania, who is going to win this match so that we get a rematch at Mania? It's tough. I'm going to start out with AJ Lee wins. I think AJ wins, and then you can have a rematch. Becky Lynch challenges again because she's pissed. AJ Lee also has like momentum. She's won her past two things. I'd keep her momentum high right now. I want to have her lose right away. I'd have her get the edge on Becky Lynch here and get the victory.
I'm going to take Becky. Because,
Okay.
hear me out. I think they're going to have Becky win, have AJ rematch at Mania. But this is to see if AJ can, like, still has it. Not saying she doesn't. And not saying, But if it does well and the crowd gets behind it, then they'll give it to AJ at Mania.
Fair enough. Yeah. The easiest pick
Punk.
of them all.
Punk.
Yes, CM Punk versus Finn Balor.
Punk.
Yeah. I was thinking to myself as I typed CM Punk, you were not watching WWE during WrestleMania 39, like that build. They had a very similar scenario during that build, and they did it way better. It was Roman Reigns as the champ. Cody Rhodes won the Rumble, but Roman had to defend against Sami Zayn beforehand. It was so believable back then that Sami Zayn could beat Roman Reigns at the Elimination Chamber. It was so possible. Like, that match could have main evented Mania at the time. They did a great job of making you believe things could change. This go around, there's no belief in the world that Finn Balor is going to win this match. Like, no chance at all it's Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns or a triple threat with Finn Balor. There's no way. They've poorly built up this match. I don't think they care about it at all. Roman will be back on Raw this week, so at least they can finally start building your main event, which I still think... And Brock Lesnar, too, is going to be not on this upcoming Raw, but he'll be back in March, mid-March, I think he starts returning. But I still think Seth should be involved in the main event, storyline-wise. But we don't even know what Seth is going to do now. Women's Chamber. So you got Tiffany, you got Rhea, you got Alexa, you got Raquel, you got Kiana James. That was a random one, but good for her. And you got... Oh, boy. Who's the six? It's no one that's going to win. Let's just say that. Elimination Chamber 2026. Who is in it? Some people are already saying Danhausen could be the guy in the box. Oh, it's Asuka. Asuka's the six. Asuka is the sixth woman. I'll pick first. I think it's between Tiffany or Rhea. I think Tiffany is the boring pick because they've already done the match twice. We saw it in person at SummerSlam. I'm going to go with the fun pick. I'm going to take Rhea Ripley to win this match. I think it would make a lot more sense, too, if Rhea and Io Sky lose the belts on Friday. If that happens, then I think Rhea could easily win this. They fight Lash and Nia on SmackDown this week. But I'm going to say Rhea Ripley wins because something new and unpredictable, too. So I'll say Rhea.
Kiana.
Kiana?
I want Rhea to win. But I think Tiffy's going to win.
You think Tiffy?
When Tiffy returned at Mania, Rumble, and Bianca was cleared out for Mania, I told you, I said I think we're going to run Tiffy J back. It will be the third time. It will be SummerSlam, obviously, Saturday night's main event. This will be the third time. But they can end it at Mania. And it's been far enough apart that you can still kind of care about it. It hasn't been pay-per-view after pay-per-view after pay-per-view, Like, you can still care about this match. But after this, I think they're done. Will they put the title back on Tiffy? That's the question.
Yeah. I think if you do that match, do last woman standing or something like that. Make it interesting.
Yeah, it has to have a. Yeah, it has to have a
stipulation.
caveat. Yeah, like stipulation. You could do the cell match.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to add something to that if you do Tiffany. I also think if Bianca Belair is healthy, this would have easily have been her, but she just got another surgery on her finger.
If Rhea wins, we can see Rhea on SmackDown.
Yeah, first time, like fully, I think, in like years. So
Yeah.
I can't recall the last time she wrestled on SmackDown fully, like as a SmackDown wrestler.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be interesting to just shake things up. I think the question then would be, what does Io Sky do if that's the case? That would be the only other question. So, final match, men's chamber. Here are the 6: Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton,
Cody Rhodes,
Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, Trick Williams, Javon Evans, and Jey Uso, who probably would not have been in the match.
No, he would have been there.
Yeah,
Bronson Reed would have got stomped by the Masked Man, and he would have. Yeah.
Which sucks because I've been waiting for the payoff of the Masked Man. That was probably the plan for Bronson Reed to be in the match and for the Masked Man to cost him and ideally reveal himself after that. But I'm hoping they at least reveal him on Monday. Like next Monday, reveal who it is. I don't know what they do, if it's Seth.
They could do it at Chamber.
But what would he do at the Chamber? Just
Punk.
show up?
No, if you want to pivot to Punk, Roman, and
Seth.
But like obviously Balor still doesn't win.
Yeah.
But you can have him try to screw him.
He could maybe just be like, I was going after the Vision, but they all hurt themselves.
And I don't care about Logan.
Yeah, like he has no reason to care about Logan or Theory because they didn't kick him out or do anything. No. So one thing maybe like Seth versus Brock Lesnar. Just because it's the only other person related to Paul.
No. Brock's going to face Oba.
I hope he faces Oba Femi.
Because he'll face Gunther at Mania.
It's a layup for Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar. It is a layup to do that.
It's literally just take it.
Yeah. It's the easiest alley-oop possible that could be thrown.
Will it be a good match? Who knows? But everyone wants to see it.
Yeah, everyone wants to see it. That is like the easiest match for Mania. Don't mess it up. But the men's chamber, because Bronson Reed is not in it, you have 5 baby faces and a very over Trick Williams. So it'll be an interesting dynamic in the match. I don't think Jay's winning. I think that's very easy to say. As much as I would love either Javon Evans or Trick Williams to win, I don't think they're winning. And I don't think LA Knight's winning. I don't. I think it's down to Cody and Randy. But who do you think first? Because I picked first last time.
I want Randy to win. I'm going to say Randy. Here's my thing with Cody, right? I don't have an issue with Cody winning. I just don't want to see Drew versus Cody at Mania. Like, it's fine. Like, if this was the 3rd time, I'd be like, all right, fine. You know what? I like this. But this is going to be the 4th or 5th time we've seen this. And I don't want to see it. But also, I feel like you could have Jacob Fatu screw Cody and just have Jacob versus Cody at Mania and not include McIntyre. Or you could do a 4-way.
Yeah.
And add Randy to the mix.
I think Cody's involved no matter what. I think he's going to be in a title match no matter what. It's just a question of, is it 1-on-1 with Drew and Cody? If that's the case, Hell in a Cell. Easy. Layup. Put them in Hell in a Cell. Let them beat each other up. End the feud once and for all. Because, I mean, how can you upgrade from 3 stages of hell? Hell in a Cell. Perfect. But you have Jacob Fatu, who's going to be involved. I think Drew attacking Randy Orton on SmackDown this past week was very interesting. And I'm going to say Randy Orton wins. To throw a curveball in it all. And I think there's going to be a way somehow that I think Cody's going to get added because, and Jacob's going to be added because Aldis is going to realize like Drew has been screwing these two over and over. So we're going to get a big fatal 4-way at Mania. And I think that will start Randy Orton's heel turn on Cody because Randy will be pissed that this happened to his one-on-one match. And you can even reveal that Randy Orton attacked Jacob Fatu originally to make it even more interesting. So I like the Fatal 4-Way idea more than anything. It can make the Mania build interesting. So Fatal 4-Way at Mania. And if Cody wins, there's no way that can happen. But if Randy wins, it can happen. So I'm going to say Randy Orton too. So we differed twice. And it was the 2 women's matches we differed. So that will do it. Thank you all for listening to this 1 hour and 5-6 minute episode. So thank you all for listening. We are not officially back from our hiatus. But if you like our Final Verdict content and you like our movies and TV content, we have an episode dropping tomorrow. We're reviewing Scream 7. It's already getting mid-reviews. Oh boy. But we're seeing it and we will review it. So that episode will drop tomorrow on the Final Verdict. Check out the link in the bio for the Final Verdict links. But in terms of when we'll be back, our official break I have ending right now around March 15th. So we return on the 16th because that's when March Madness will about to begin. So we can do predictions then, as well as a lot of Final Verdict content starts around then too. So I think that's a good spot to fully return. So for the next 2 weeks, there will be no episodes unless something impromptu happens. So just watch out for any impromptu episodes before then.
On this channel, on Final Verdict, definitely Scream. And I think John and I are doing Oscars.
Yeah. Oscars is technically that March 15th time too.
Oh, okay,
so
good.
that's why I'm like, it's perfect. Like, it's like the perfect time to come back. So March 15th, March 16th, that week is when we'll be officially back for everything. So anything before that, though, will be impromptu. So if we end up seeing something maybe that's worth talking about, if Ted Season 2 is worth reviewing, maybe. So impromptu stuff for the next 2 weeks. So nothing confirmed until the week of March 15th. So mark that in your calendars. That's when we're officially back. Follow the social medias, though, which we'll still be posting on our Instagram, our Twitter/X, our Facebook, our TikTok, our YouTube, which this episode is on right now. So check out those. Find all that in the link tree and link in bio. But other than that, we will see you very soon, everybody, with Carlin Jacob. I'm John Dodaro. Have a great day, everybody, and see you next time on Inside the Dome.